Okay. Rob Berry. Hold on one second. Let me get my. Go ahead, Rob.
Well, I'm going to be a little bit more blunt. I think that you guys are abusing your privilege in closed session. The exception that you quoted, as I said last time I talked to you about this, is a very narrow exception that only covers matters that would prejudice the position of the local agency in litigation. There is no litigation. There is no privilege to take anything related to this lawsuit and move the city business into closed session. I listened to you talk in other items here, Sanich's item and so forth, about the citizens' right to know and the citizens want to know, and I'm getting 5 emails a day. There are thousands of people that are asking questions about this settlement agreement and how it's going to work. By the way, not one word has been said about the enforcement part, the big payoff for this settlement. No one has even addressed the point about enforcement. The only time that I've ever heard a commitment to give information to the public was Mayor Coolidge had the courtesy to answer questions from a few public members. And in that session, he promised to bring a motion back to the city council to ask the city attorney to respond in writing to 2 of the questions. One of the questions was, how's enforcement going to work in light of the 2 moves for 12 months issue in the settlement? The second one had to do with what mechanism actually exists for the city to petition the court to change any of the language of the settlement agreement. Neither of those promises have been acted on. And as a result, the city, the population, the taxpayers, and the voters of this city remain completely in the dark as to what business you are conducting behind closed doors. It is time for you to come out of the closet and face your constituents and face your voters with your plans, defend your positions, educate the public as to how this is going to work. You know, you don't get to sit in closed session and sort of pontificate about it with each other and leave the public in the dark. That is wrong. I believe it's illegal, but it certainly violates the spirit of the law, which is to encourage open and transparent government. Anything that can be discussed in public should be discussed in public. It's not a privilege to just move the business of the city into closed session. So I'm not going to be talking about this every week. I've talked it to death. You know what the score is. It's an abuse of your privilege, and you need to stop it and come out of the secret closet. Thank you.
Rob was our last speaker. Thank you, Rob.
Okay. All right. Do we have any council disqualifications on any of the items? All right. Seeing none, council will recess to closed session, which is closed Zoom meeting, and council members, you'll have to log on to the closed Zoom meeting. And then we will adjourn. So everybody knows we'll have a council strategic planning session on February 28th, 2022.
That's the 25th.
Is it the 25th?
It is.
I stand corrected.
Well.
All right. So yes, on the 25th, my apologies.
Okay.
We will have that, and there's details on the website about it. So, all right, with that, we'll adjourn in closed session. Council will take a 5-minute recess before we get there.